Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Gamma Ray podcast. I'm hanging out with these two fucking chuckleheads. I got Justin and Tim with me.
How's it going?
What's up?
All right, guys, and hope everybody had a good Christmas. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, mine wasn't too bad. A little busy, but
yeah. Well, the kids did all right. That's all that really matters at the end of the day.
dude, my
Yeah,
kids, by the time I got home from my mom's house, my entire trunk was full.
Yeah,
Couldn't fit
Yeah.
any more in there.
good to see that we're all raising ungrateful kids.
Yeah, we are actually.
They're going to be horrible adults.
Yeah, their entire adult life.
They're going to be horrible, horrible people. You know what? I'm kind of in for it though. I think the world needs more bad people. Everybody's trying to be good these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy's always the best part of any movie
It
or
is.
any story. He's always
He's always the most interesting part.
he at least looks the coolest.
Yeah.
So do that.
And
Be a
and-
villain.
and-
Be a super
yeah.
villain when you grow up, kids.
they get to do the things that people really want to do, but are afraid to say.
Yeah. Yeah, like steal the moon. I always wish I could steal the moon.
Steal the moon.
Yeah.
And like
And this dude just goes out and does it.
Yeah, they just do it, man. God bless them. That's real strength.
Yeah, more power to him.
Real
man.
strength. All right, so kind of getting away from Christmas, thank fucking God, and just moving on with our lives. This
Yep.
week we're gonna get into some wheeling and dealing, man. Some fucking,
Oh yeah, about as far away from Christmas as you'd possibly get too.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Crossroad Deals with supernatural beings, man. So we absolutely need to limit the amount of references we make in this episode.
I would think. Yeah,
We have
I would
to.
think so.
Yeah. I know Tim wants to bring up the Britney Spears version of Crossroads. As
Yeah.
bad as anybody's
No,
ever wanted
dude.
to.
No, he
Dude.
wants to bring up the Supernatural TV show version of the Crossroads.
Oh, or with the world's greatest actor, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Hey.
won an award for greatest
Okay.
actor ever.
Let me say this. Y'all got your cameras on, right?
No,
Yeah, you're looking right at me. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, God.
Lightning
Wow.
Boy Martone versus Jack Butler.
Wow. That is
Got my Crossroads t-shirt on
that's the thing that happened.
from when they were cutting heads.
Right in front of my eyes. That
I
just
figured you'd
happened.
enjoy that.
I do enjoy that. All right, so like making these types of deals is pretty much exactly what you would imagine it to be, right? All the deals essentially are the fucking same. Which, if you're going there, there's a good chance it's just not going so good for you. You know,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you're at
not
that
rolling
point,
your way. Things aren't looking up, so you got to do something, right? So the people are looking for money or to be famous, or like in the case we're going to talk about today later in the episode, is to be like the best in the world at like a certain skill. You know what I mean? Which ultimately gets you famous, which gets you money. So it's kind of like a triple wish version of a deal. You know what I mean? Because some folk will just ask for the money, some people will just ask for the fame. You do this one thing, you get all.
yeah. I mean, at least this
Yeah,
dude
you
had the
know.
forethought to be like, I want the skill to make it.
He did his homework on devil deals.
yeah,
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 it's like a 3-for-1 kind of deal.
he's got like a schematic.
yeah.
If
He's like,
this,
y'all got
then-
like a. Yeah, we need to go like line for line through this deal.
Yeah. He's got like his glasses on.
Dude,
Checking
know
shit
what it
off
is?
with his marker.
It always
Let's
reminds me
cross
that
this line out.
Yeah. Well,
when you talk Crossroads, you ever see that Metapocalypse episode where,
No,
where
I've
they got
never-
the blues?
oh wow. That was super fast. I thought we weren't going to talk about
Oh.
references, but
Oh,
man,
no, yeah,
that
we
went out
did.
the window fast.
Yeah,
Didn't
we did. That one right out.
Well, I've never.
yeah, I got
really
hit
watched
in
that
the
show,
in the balls
so.
with the cinder block blues.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But you
I
know, like
remember
the
that one.
devil's like they go to sign the contract, and devil's like, "I'll get back to you."
Yeah, all the shit that he wanted to change. All right, well, like sometimes like the crossroads can be a literal place, right? Like where two roads cross.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
I guess depending on how you're looking at, it's either an X or lowercase
Or-
t. Yeah, I guess depends on how you're
Depending
looking
on
at
your
it.
orientation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're north and south, then it's a plus sign. And
East and west, it's an
if you're
X.
It's a multiplication symbol. Yeah. Depends on where you are.
X
Right.
marks the spot.
Well, as Indiana Jones told me, X never ever marks the spot.
Oh.
And then so like it more often though, the crossroads is more of like a figurative place, right? It's like quote unquote between two worlds. It's where one place comes in contact essentially with another, right? And this, it being this way is like how you can contact like supernatural beings and like supernatural events can happen, thus making deals for certain to gain certain aspects in your life. You know what I mean? That would take like some sort of supernatural intervention to make that kind of shit happen,
I mean,
to go like
none of
from
this
dirt
stuff
poor to
is-
rich overnight.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
hitting $1 billion lottery.
Yeah,
All of a
exactly
sudden.
right. Well, I don't know, man. How much is your soul worth to you? Because I tell you what, that
roughly about $1
$1.5
billion
billion they just had looked pretty nice. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, man.
I'll sell my soul for
Holy
1.5
hell.
billion.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that. If I invest it right, maybe I'll make enough to buy it back.
Yeah.
I'll invest in Tesla and
SpaceX.
all the outer space stuff.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's when you got to
Origin.
become like a supervillain. You got to conjure the devil again and be like, hey, man, I know
I'll
I
give you-
sold my soul to you, but I have just
I'll-
captured 20,000 people. I'll sell
Yeah.
their souls to you for mine.
Well,
back.
how about this? You give me my soul back, I'll give you the moon I just stole.
Yeah.
How about if I do that? That's a good deal. Devil gets the moon.
Yeah, remember that. You got to be like, yeah, you got to put your pinky up to your mouth and say,
Well,
I just stole the moon.
and all of a sudden it just zooms on your face for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's not even any cameras here. It's supernatural. So this area between two worlds, so to speak, is where like I said, like two realms meet, right? The physical and the supernatural, the ethereal, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind
ethereal
of stuff.
plane.
Right? So, but this also, like the crossroads thing is kind of like a metaphor too for like when like there's a point in people's lives, we're gonna have to make some like uncomfortable and like life, lasting decisions that'll alter the course of the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this can also be like a
life-shattering
mental
decisions.
Yeah, this can also be like a
Yeah.
mental state, right? That people are in.
Or
And I
morally,
guess
or
that could-
mental, morally, I guess maybe.
And I guess that can spur the activity of, whoever's gonna meet you. I don't know if is it like you really think it's like you sign it? Like you just like sign on the fucking dotted line?
Dotted line,
I always
yeah,
kind of thought it was like a handshake or something.
Oh,
Like
it's like
a
a back
deal's
alley deal.
being,
Yeah.
like a deal's being made.
Right.
I doubt the devil's like pulling. He's got fucking scroll. He's like, all right,
Yeah, I don't think it like I don't think
sign
it's like
right here, my man. Sign right here.
yeah, I don't think it's like
in the
Santa's
morning.
list. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that. Where
Well,
it's
like-
like on a scroll.
Because you got to
course.
think like
Oh,
it's the
something like that.
crossroads. It's a crossroads deal.
Right.
I doubt very highly there's any paperwork involved.
Well, see, I was about to say that, man. I don't really see like, the quote unquote devil really being big on paperwork.
Yeah, no, he's super into
I'm
the.
sure
update.
there's a lot of accountants and lawyers in hell.
Like, I mean, dude,
He's
you can literally,
real big into the what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
It don't matter. If I remember, I'll say.
You'll remember when we've moved
I mean,
on.
dude, you could literally
Yeah,
go to
like
hell
3-4
and be like, "Where's my paperwork?"
minutes away from
We
here.
can't find it.
I need it in triple.
Bureaucracy. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh yeah.
He's super big into it.
Bureaucracy is
tons
easy.
of red tape with that
Yeah,
guy.
even after you sign the deal, even you have to take 3 to 4 months for the paperwork to go through,
Mm.
and then your deal kicks in.
Sounds
You
like
know?
my furniture deal. Where I got my couch. Those fuckers will get
Took
you.
3-4 months to get your fucking.
I'm not
couch.
so sure that signing with one of those companies is not signing your soul to the devil.
With the devil. Yeah, right.
They fucking get you, buddy. So like while it's not always something bad, right? Like when you're coming to this point in your life, you're gonna have to make some decisions, right? Like the people you're with and the things that you do. Right. So like it could be, I guess in some ways like positive too, where like new people and experiences can be met and had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, but that's not the
Where,
fun
where
one.
it like it
No.
doesn't have to completely be like this whole sinister thing.
right, it doesn't have to be, but most times it is.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right. So like, but in some of the stories though, like this is also where like we just said though, that like some of these beings that live outside, say like our temporal reality, can be contacted or encountered, or you just I don't know, see them walking. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I've never seen one.
Yeah, me.
So
either,
I'm really just guessing here, but perhaps like more like culturally based stories, like now, like the shit that we are aware of, is that like the stories are based out of like deals being made at the Crossroads,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a
with more of
physical location.
right, but had more to do with like the Christian Bible's devil, like
Yeah.
the devil. You know what I mean? Or one of his demons making deals in return for people's eternal souls. That's what they do. They give you this, like your soul is worth a fucking lot, apparently, enough to give you everything you ever wanted. But it's like one of those like monkey paw agreements, you know what I mean? Where like they give you something and then something bad happens, ironic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. There's always
No, I don't.
there's always a
Explain
catch.
in great detail.
Dude, I know that Alanis Morissette was like your summer of 2002. Okay. You know what ironic means. Okay. You know what it means. But the good news is that most things we seem to talk about in this fucking show, the story gets its roots from like fucking forever ago. So
Yeah,
it's definitely not new.
I mean, we bring
Because
up
nothing is.
all the time. It's just like, damn, there's not one case where it's like, oh, this happened in 2015. No, it has to be like 100 years plus.
Well, maybe for our next episode because it's kind of a giveaway. We might actually do a story that's not based hundreds of years ago.
I doubt it
Might.
very highly.
We might.
I,
We might not.
Check
it out.
But I will not.
You'll fucking be on it.
I'm not going to listen. Huh? Fuck you. Yeah, so like a long ago, there was traditions in places like England, Ireland, and even here in the States, states like South Carolina. There was a lot of tradition. Not a lot, I should say. There was a tradition,
right,
of burying people who committed suicide and criminals at literal crossroads. Where the two roads intersect.
Okay.
Like the physical place, that's where they wanted to bury him.
I guess why isn't just like a random place in a field good enough? Like, why do you have to bring him to this specific place?
Well, actually, they didn't believe
they didn't
like
think
they
of
wanted them far away. Like I'll tell you here in a second. Actually,
I'm jumping ahead.
They wanted they wanted to bury the criminals and the suicides outside of the city the settlement limits.
Right.
Because they believed, like for suicide's a cardinal sin.
Right.
Criminals are against God themselves.
Okay.
If to bury them on church grounds, on hollow grounds, it would be essentially inviting the devil himself into the town.
Yeah, but
because you're defiling sacred grounds.
I don't know. They bury politicians in regular graveyards,
cemeteries. Yeah.
You like that?
No.
Good.
No,
it wasn't for you.
Well, I mean, look, dude,
it was for me.
Like I was thinking this, right? If the Crossroads is, the place to do a deal with the devil, would it be the wisest decision to bury, people with damned souls to where the devil shows up on a regular? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
good point. Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah, but I doubt,
let's bury the worst people there is,
colonials
to where the devil shows up on a regular basis.
Pagans back in the day were really concerned with such things.
Yeah.
There's
I think that
they did in South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I think back then they were extremely concerned with such things.
Yeah, like
well, in terms of like,
you could say they killed entire communities of people.
Yeah, because of it, or they possibly
or like, particular gender.
Yeah, or they might have burnt a certain kind of people at the stake. Hundreds of thousands of them.
Yeah.
No, that never happened.
Yeah,
that's fake news. You are lying to me. No, dude, but what they actually believed was that they buried the dead where there were like a lot of roads.
Yeah,
kind of crisscrossed, and
applesauce.
It would actually, the whole nine.
Gotcha.
It would actually confuse the dead spirits, and they'd be unable to find a way into the afterlife, or come back to the settlement and haunt the living.
this is how you know these stories are fucking absurd, right?
Yeah.
So if the guy or whoever either killed himself or was a criminal, and apparently they killed criminals no matter what you did, that you weren't from the area. So like if you died, you like forget like how to get
Like
to
forget
a
your way
place,
around.
like how to forget to get from like A to B. Like, I don't understand
dude,
that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it in the sense of
There's
like
no logic.
No, there isn't.
if there's so many roads, if they thought the spirits traveled on the roads, then
Then they would get lost.
yeah,
Okay.
they took a.
I mean,
you
I
know,
get the idea.
they
I
ended
just
up in
don't
Albuquerque
understand
instead
the
of
in Albuquerque.
Well, I mean,
instead
dude,
of where
like,
they were supposed to be.
I think once you're on, the ethereal plane at that point.
Yeah, I was about to say like
Yeah.
like an astral Bugs Bunny. You're gonna end up in finding
Yeah, I mean, like
Albuquerque.
at that point, like I think your internal compass is probably the least of your worries.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that it would be able to find its way to wherever it was going.
I mean, apparently
I
in the
mean,
afterlife, you
on its
need
own,
an
right?
actual compass, not just a moral one, but like an actual compass.
that's why they didn't have road signs or anything like that.
That's the problem. There's
Yeah,
no infrastructure.
Exactly. How would the spirits know which way to go?
yeah.
But the actual practice of like crossroads burials,
Right.
it does actually date back all the way to the Anglo-Saxon time period. But it was eventually abolished with them around 1823. Like the
As in,
actual
like they don't
practice of burying people out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, at the crossroads.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just because people got tired of fucking doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta lug
Yeah, that's
somebody
what I'm
like
saying.
fucking
Like,
3 miles down the road till you found another road.
I mean, it's not like the carts were fucking cooled. The bodies are stinking and shit.
Yeah.
And having to bury them
not
in the
to
hot
mention,
fucking sun.
With the
Or in the
about
frozen fucking
mortality rate
ground.
back then, like god damn it, I keep like every time I dig a hole, I hit Jim's body last week.
Yeah, that's
I
because
hit
they
Sarah's
buried
body
6
today.
inches down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, what happens with like all of a sudden these towns start popping up where like with urban infrastructure. Now all of a sudden,
You
all
got a
these fields
poltergeist
you got.
situation on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig T. Nelson is there.
Yep.
Indiscriminate Native American man.
A little short lady.
Right, yeah, midgets start showing up out of the blue. Psychic midgets. It's a fucking situation, brother.
Yeah, it is.
You've officially gotten yourself into a situation.
Yeah, but going back even further.
Oh, please, let's go back even further.
I know,
Please.
right? In like Western folk mythology,
Right.
the Crossroads was a place where one could go, like we already talked about, like to summon a demon or the devil himself.
It comes up a lot when you talk about this. Yeah.
To strike up a deal. This was like an aspect of history of the Crossroads that could be seen across like various stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think
the Crossroads show up in a lot of in a lot of stories.
Well, I mean, I don't really
ritual, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, the minute like Christianity became dominant, I mean, it seems like when a lot of this stuff was written down, and it ended up being, instead of some supernatural being that doesn't really have a name or description, it became the devil.
It became everything. Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, that happened a lot with Christianity.
Yeah, everything became the devil.
Yeah, everything was the devil.
Right. It's not even anything bad. Like, what if you went there like, I'll sell my soul for world peace?
Yeah, like, would you go to hell for that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I want to cure all diseases.
See, that's where you end up in like
limbo.
Slightly better purgatory.
Yeah,
I mean, but don't you think God be like, yo, that's my boy?
Like an upper class.
He did it for the greater good.
Like first class purgatory.
Like a more like hoity-toity version of purgatory.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like a preppy version of it, Yeah, that dude, like for example, right? In 1587, Johann Faust described the character, named Faust, which super creative.
Right. Faust is a pretty popular character.
Yeah.
He's a pretty
I've heard that name in a lot of like
it's a pretty big story.
Supernatural stuff,
Yeah, it's a pretty big story.
But it's inscribing a magic circle at Crossroads to summon the devil.
Right. So
later in 1885, another site.
A mere 300 years later.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's tons of these things. Yeah, I mean,
when you talk about any of these stories that have their roots in like ancient history, it's just like you can skip hundreds and hundreds of years and centuries. It doesn't fucking matter. because
Yeah.
it's still a long time
It's
ago.
still the damn
Like-
yeah, and it's still the same story essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
like-
still a really long fucking time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the continuity
It's
doesn't
fine.
break even because it's a
No,
300
No, you're
years
totally
later.
fine. It's a
It's
it's a
like
loophole.
fucking 20 generations goes by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
And it's
damn
like-
story.
It's like, you know, has the devil been wheeling and dealing that whole time just on the down low? You know what I
Dude.
mean? Like there was nobody.
Well, he's a natural salesman.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
guess that
Dare
one
I
sells
say, it's
itself, right?
Dare I say it's a God-given talent.
yeah.
You know?
You may be right.
But you know, like I said, in 1885, there's another Crossroads legend
Right.
it was an essay named Transylvanian Superstitions by
They have
author
plenty.
Emily Gerard.
Yeah, they have plenty of those.
Yeah, they do actually.
Isn't Gerard Butler Transylvanian?
I honestly don't know.
I think I heard
I
that.
thought he was British or some shit.
Oh God.
It's
Okay.
worse.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way worse.
But you know,
Be a
they
lot
wrote
cooler if
about
he
like
was from
how
Transylvania.
but they wrote about how like Crossroads would often be avoided due to the Romanian belief that a demon could be summoned
Right.
by, you know, completing the following: drawing
Mm.
a magic circle around the intersection, offering copper coins as payment, and reciting some sort of incantation.
There's always
Okay.
some kind of Latin involved.
Yeah.
Well, it's the original
Yeah. Oh, gee.
copy. Because didn't they
Okay.
write in Aramaic?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why Latin? See, none of it was that. None of it matches.
See,
up.
Latin just sounds cool, I think, man.
Is that what it is? It just sounds cool.
Well, every time you start speaking Latin, like the wind starts blowing real heavy and the lights
Yeah.
flicker every time you speak Latin. Like old Latin.
Yeah.
You hear like an ominous, like the
Yeah.
papers are fucking
Clouds.
flying everywhere.
The clouds start covering the sun. you
Yeah,
know,
like really, 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 really fast. Like really fast.
I mean, look what happened with Ash when he started speaking Latin.
Oh yeah, the necktie.
Yeah.
yeah.
They actually did. They actually, and it really made me like the movie a lot. In the second Sonic the Hedgehog movie, he did a little shout out to that. Jim Carrey
Yeah.
did. That's
to
why
the
I
Evil
like
Dead?
Jim Carrey.
I've never seen either one of them, so
With Annie Diggs, Cannibal Corpse.
Oh yeah, that's right, Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like I even saw an interview with a man where he said like he's like, you know, this was back then, dude, when he was just getting famous. He's like, yeah, I'm really into this new thing, death metal.
Oh, that's where he was on. Like, dude, he was on the Arsenio
Arsenio Hall
Hall
show.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So that tells you how long ago that was.
Yeah. Just like the rest of the shit we talk about on the show, a long ass
Yeah.
time ago.
Long ass time ago.
Yeah.
Well, in hoodoo, there's been a long held belief and practice that there is a such thing as selling one's soul to
Right.
the devil.
of course it
Basically,
would be fucking hoodoo, dude. Like hoodoo and voodoo,
Yeah.
like the creepiest religion.
There's a lot. Well, there's a lot going on. Like, there's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on, man. You got to be like cool with a lot of shit.
Yeah, with the hoodoo and voodoo.
Yeah, you got to be
Yeah.
like a really cool person.
Yeah.
Take what's going on
You
there.
got to be the chillest of people.
Yeah. God.
But you know, same thing, man. You know, you would do a deal with the devil at
Right.
the crossroads in intent to gain, you know, certain quote unquote skills of the body. You know, and this includes but not exclusive to becoming an becoming an amazing dancer.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got no groove,
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, before you know it, you could be in the
what if you're like
background of like a
you're about to be on
Beyonce
a,
video or
like
something.
Dancing
Yeah.
with the Stars or something? You don't know how to dance.
that seems a pretty hefty price, man, to learn how to dance, bro.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know what I
man, that's
mean?
what they
Like, I
did.
mean-
You gotta think where this stuff is coming from too, man. A lot of these stories are coming from the American South at this point. You know what I mean? Like where we are now with the hoodoo
Yeah.
and the voodoo. I mean, a lot of it came from Africa and stuff like that too, like
Well,
ancient
yeah.
African traditions. But when it came over here, that's when they got mixed in with the hoodoo and the voodoo and all that kind of shit from what, if I'm not mistaken, like the Caribbean area, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
You know, I
think
don't
it
want to
was-
generalize it, but I think that's origins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right.
But then
It's
you know it goes
definitely
down into
island
like
origin.
Louisiana and down to Mississippi and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's where we are. You know what I mean? So think of the culture and what I don't even know what fucking year we're in anymore, what century we're in, what decade we're in. But It was important.
I
Like,
think
if you
we're in the
couldn't dance,
17th
You're an
century.
asshole.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess, you got to think too, man. It's like you said, you got to think about when it was,
Mm-hmm.
everything was like films, which
Yeah.
were like back then, how many
Everything
films
was
were
just like weird brownish
everybody was
color.
like dancing in every movie back then. Like
Everything was
every
awesome.
period.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
like-
was all like
You're
washed
living your
out.
dream. Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Everything was in black and white. I don't get it.
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
I that's what I'm telling my
Weird how
kids
that
every
happens.
time we see an old timey video. I'm like, but things back then were in black and white, even real life. Color wasn't invented until the 1950s.
that'd be pretty boring, dude.
Just fucking with them.
But like another skill you could get. This one I kind of get, I guess.
Yeah.
Throwing dice
Yeah, man, for sure.
and winning each time,
Goddamn right.
or playing a musical instrument like the
Right.
harmonica or the guitar.
I don't know,
Yeah,
dude. To be
I
able to
can
like
see Tim-
shred like wicked licks like all the time.
Dude, I could
That
see
would be
Tim
that'd be
like
cool.
It would
legit sitting in an alleyway throwing dice.
Like
Yeah.
on a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like an old pizza box or something with cheese
Yeah.
on it.
Walking
Almost
away
like
winning
old-fashioned way of
$50 a
gambling.
night. Like I sold my soul for this.
I ain't a dice game.
Yeah. Like what the fuck?
But like if I could, like I would, if I like did want to do that to like be like awesome at guitar, I would also want the ability that just like when I stick my hand out in any situation, like a guitar comes to me like Thor's hammer,
Dude, that would be fucking.
would
I'd
be
sell my
dope.
soul for that.
fucking ripping, fucking
Yeah.
shredding,
ripping
dude.
shreds.
Great party trick too. Be like, yo, watch this.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Fucking awesome. You
Dude,
kidding me,
You ain't kidding.
Dude, I'd be
You at a
down.
party,
I'd
put your hand
definitely
out.
sell my-
bro? You're getting laid so hard that night.
stand there in a power stance with a flying V comes flying through the wall. Just be like, no matter what, no amps or nothing around, but it's
It's like powerful. Yeah,
blowing people's hair back.
yeah. Like
like
Their
Tenacious
lips.
D when he's
their lips are just like fucking.
like Tenacious D when he's like singing and the dude's head literally blows out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
Oh.
awesome, man. Real life sucks.
Yeah, it
It
does.
It's just like, I can't stop happening like that. in
I'm
real
never
life.
gonna have
Real life is so boring.
guitar summoning skills. I don't really want
Never
to live
It's
anymore.
never, ever,
be honest.
ever gonna happen. I'd also want my hair to grow long at command, but then like go back up to my normal haircut
I will.
because I don't know how to take care of long hair.
But it is also believed voodoo practices that a person must be at the crossroads at certain times
Mm.
in order to contact these supernatural beings.
I mean, they got a
This would
schedule,
be
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
before dawn,
Mm.
or the
So it's
classic
darkest before dawn.
midnight.
That's
Exactly.
the saying
Shut up.
There
from
you have it.
Batman.
Now, see, dude, like this is where big contradictions come into play, because
Right.
like they're saying, all right, at dawn, okay, I get it, darkest before dawn, whatever, even if that is the reason. And then your classic midnight, but then the devil's hour is 3 a.m.
That's
Yeah.
the witching hour.
Well,
or the witching hour.
Yeah,
It wor-
it's
I guess it
3,
works
like
if you're in Alaska.
3:14 a.m.
because doesn't the sun come up at like 3 a.m. in Alaska?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
so
think
like
it
what?
sets for like 6 months of the year or some shit.
So like, what the fuck? Does the devil work in time zones? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
No, man, the devil's got a lot of other souls. So damn, he can't be waiting around on you.
He can't
finally
be getting
show
into
up.
any kind of like schedule conflicts. I mean,
Yeah, he's like, all right,
his Outlook calendar is fucking
like
insane.
30 minutes before dawn and the whole hour of midnight. I'm scheduled.
Mhm.
For how long?
I
Until
can't possibly
eternity.
squeeze you in.
Yeah, until eternity. All right. Any other time I'm free.
Yeah.
All
Midnight.
right, so we got to
6
go here
a.m.
sometimes. I get it. Okay. Why not?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm believing that I'm selling my soul to the devil. Why not be there at a specific time?
Yeah, why not just be tired
Okay.
waiting around for him?
Putting up all
Yeah, I'd be
goddamn
like, dude, we
day.
couldn't have done this at midnight. Like, you got me waiting. here till
Midlight?
6 a.m.
Midlight.
Yeah, midnight.
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 That means noon.
Yo, can I do this?
From
Yeah,
him.
can we do this at like 2:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah,
I got
right.
shit to do, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta go to
man,
work
like,
in the
dude.
morning.
In his old man lingo, that means high noon. When your shadow is gone. Midlight.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
hilarious.
I guess I had one
Dude,
coming.
it's so
eventually.
nice that somebody else
Yeah, it was just-
fuck
we
up
all do
once
it,
in a
man.
while.
We all got them. We're all gonna happen.
It's usually me fucking up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess I had one coming eventually. But yeah, speaking of, when the time comes, the person at the crossroads would meet quote unquote black man who believed
That's
to be
his
the
name?
devil. Yeah, it's just his name.
He would meet quote unquote black man.
No,
Black
I think
man,
that was like a
mean-
description, like
or yeah, like
kinda
a
like a
description
shadow
of
man.
like a shadow
like
person.
shadow person. My bad.
So okay,
a
that,
black
well, that makes more sense to me because
creature.
like if it does harken back to like it's like just a supernatural being, it is not
Have a physical
the
form.
devil or some other named person,
Yeah.
or creature, or whatever you want to call it. Then that makes more sense to me. It's like a shadowy, like in my head, I imagine it's like shimmering, kind of like it's not
Almost like a
like a
wraith.
humanoid
like a
shadow.
hologram or something
Yeah.
almost. You know what I mean? Where it's like
I
not,
think
it's like
that's how
phasing
they
in and out,
described
kind of.
it.
You know what I mean? Like phasing in and out of two realities simultaneously.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, like I said, almost like a wraith kind of.
Right. I don't think it was like literally like a black dude.
No,
No, I don't think that was the case.
But in all the movies I ever watched about this, it's a literal black guy.
yeah,
That's so you're not doing your homework. You're not doing your homework like we do here on this show.
our deep dives. But believed to be the devil, he will give the desired skills of the person who summoned him, for the low cost of their soul.
Again,
yeah, that's it.
if I could have that guitar thing happen, it's pretty close to working. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I'm not using my soul anyways. You can have it.
I don't know what it's for. I mean, I heard
It's
the guys don't have
it's
them
there
anyway,
just
so.
it's there
be
just to
judged.
be
I
See,
guess.
you know how hard it is.
It's there to be damned.
You
That's
know
it.
how hard it is for a ginger man to sell his soul. You know how hard that
Because
is.
you already have like half of one to begin with.
Well, first of all, sperm banks don't want nothing to do with us.
No,
Gingers
wait.
don't have, and everybody knows gingers don't have souls.
Yeah, so when the devil shows up, he's like, dude,
there's nothing for me to take.
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? I'm not gonna give it to you.
You don't have
got nothing to
anything to
offer,
sell.
man.
He's like, well, life's bad enough, bro. You're a ginger to begin with. Life's
How
bad
about
Yeah,
enough.
it's like, I don't even want them in hell.
I'll let you come on as a guest on my podcast. I don't ever do that. No thanks.
Yeah,
No,
no deal for you, bro.
I've heard it. It ain't worth it.
I'm on Joe Rogan next week. I don't need you.
But dude, this is like, I guess the soul thing, like, it's not limited just to the American South and hoodoo take on this story. Other classical virtuosos such as Paganini,
Panini.
Paganini,
Panini.
Panini
Paganini had tales about
Sandwich.
him, old tales about him selling his immortal soul for musical prowess.
Right. Okay. Sure. To be like I think he
Famous
wrote
Symphony.
Pagliacci. Wasn't that him that wrote that? The sad clown thing?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You have
I have
no idea who this
I'm
is.
not even sure I know what you're talking about.
I just watched that episode on Seinfeld, and I'm hoping I'm remembering correctly. That's really all that's happening.
I was like, yeah, I know nothing about classical music.
Me neither. I know it from
So-
a '90s sitcom.
Like the only thing that
was what
I
had.
attribute to sad clowns is like the
Gacy?
that circus music with the
Oh,
calliope.
Calliope, yeah.
Yeah,
No. Sad clowns.
yeah,
Ain't all clowns sad.
Inside.
yeah. I was gonna say on the inside.
But to bring this tale back to more modern times, perhaps the
Just
most
on track.
easily recognizable and famous stories of a Crossroads deal
Right.
is Mississippi based. And
Wow.
it goes by many names, man. Names like the deal with the devil at the crossroads, and
Okay.
the Delta legend.
Well,
Two
one
are
of those
pretty
was
right on the nose.
Yeah, at least one of those was original.
Yeah, the Delta legend.
Yeah. How did you know? Which one I was talking about? Yeah, it sounds like a shitty Netflix movie.
My
The Deal with the
deductive
Devil.
skills, man. Yeah. Deal with the devil.
Yeah, I'll skip over that one. Thanks.
And the man behind this legend is one of the best well-known bluesmen in history, one Mr. Robert Johnson.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
Bob.
Dude, and even the name Delta Legend kind of sounds like
It sounds
like a
Crossroads-y.
hillbilly who like
Mm.
wrestles alligators.
He caught the biggest buck in history,
Yeah.
barehanded.
Or he's like, I'm the Delta legend. He's like a fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter kind of guy.
He's got a PBR shirt on.
Yeah.
Rocking
rocking a mullet.
You know what's funny
The
though?
most
Actually,
majestic mullet in history.
side note though to some of this, like that shitty Netflix sounding movie thing. Did you know that Spielberg is trying to put together some sort of committee that says Netflix movies shouldn't be allowed in the Oscars and shit like that because they're not real movies because they're not
Really?
released in theaters? Yeah,
No, I didn't know that.
yeah, he's an asshole. What an
Yeah,
asshole!
I mean, dude, yeah, that's such a dick move.
You're 99 years old.
Yeah, who cares anymore?
All your movies were government fed fucking propaganda, buddy.
Who's saying this?
Spielberg, that prick.
Spielberg. Like,
The
you
parents
know, like,
get
how-
divorced,
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I'm
What?
you know, you're so rich, you got so much money, you are so rich and so famous that you got to go ahead and just smash people that because they don't make blockbusters. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's part of his deal with the devil that he made it to Crossroads.
I don't know, dude. I've run
I don't know
across
if
a
you've seen
couple
AI.
Netflix
That movie
movies that were
sucked.
pretty good.
That movie sucked.
Which one?
AI.
No, I've
Never
seen
seen
that
it.
one.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Never seen it.
It's back when Haley Joel Osment was thought to be an actual actor. He was a
Who's
good
that?
child actor, just like all the fucking Coreys. Any actor named Corey was a great child actor. You know, just a fucking train wreck of an adult.
Of an adult. Yeah.
So there we go.
Dude, which one was it? The Feldman?
Haim.
The one that's still alive?
Oh, that's Feldman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still alive.
Feldman.
Dude, didn't he release like a musical album and all that too?
Get out of
He's
my
done
yard,
literally
Ray
everything
Mo.
to stay relevant. So
Oh yeah, dude. Like he was a rapper. Like, yeah, I mean,
Dresses
was,
like Michael Jackson.
he was,
Yep,
he was
dances like
done.
him.
He did the voice of Donatello in the live action Ninja Turtles movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that
You're
actually.
damn right he did. So let's
the
move
original?
on. Moving on.
Anyways, Robert Johnson, you know,
I
he
knew
was
I should have
born-
said anything. I knew it. I did it anyway. It was against my better judgment.
yeah, you know, don't say things. You don't want us to go off on tangents, man.
Just don't. Just you know what? Just don't say things.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was good talking to everybody.
Yeah.
No, but he was born in Hazelhurst, Mississippi in 1911, right?
Okay. Long time ago. So that's in
Yeah.
line with everything we do. Very good.
Yep.
And he was married at 18 to a 16-year-old Virginia Travis.
Well,
I mean, if that
that's
doesn't
not that
bring back-
unheard of. I mean, that's only
No,
it's only
back-
2 years difference. I don't even think it was a law,
Especially
back then.
back then.
No, back then that was like everyday
That was
shit.
normal. you
It's
know?
2. It's 2 years. Let's just call
Yeah.
it what it is. It's
No,
2
yeah,
fucking
just
years.
like getting married that young and nobody
Yeah.
really questioning it.
Well, the thing is that like folks back then who got married at those ages, they stayed married for 75 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Like for a long ass fucking time, man. Like a
Yeah,
long
yeah, dude.
time. Like a long
My
time.
grandparents were married that long.
Jesus Christ. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So one of them two made a deal with the devil and make that shit last. That's what happened.
You know, Travis, you know, she unfortunately died during childbirth in 1930,
Mm,
along with the infant.
That's a
yikes.
shame.
Oh,
Dude, that is a brutal
Yeah, that's devastating.
punch in
but
the
even
gut,
that
man.
wasn't unheard of back then either.
No, but there were I feel like there was a lot of humans still. So
Yeah.
it still sucks. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Well, you
not
know,
like
under-
people are like, well, you know,
Yeah, I
during
mean,
this
it
time
happens.
period, people die all the time. You don't say that. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
only later
Yeah.
on that people
This
say
is
that.
the 30s, man. People die all the time.
dude, for nothing.
Yeah,
I've had
Nobody
half my
said that.
family get run over by a train.
Nobody
week.
says that.
You know? No, but yeah, understandably,
They got ran over by an automacar.
Automacar.
What is it? Oh yeah.
you know, like I said, dude, understandably, Johnson was devastated at this.
Absolutely.
yeah.
and
for
later-
sure, bro. God.
You know, I think that's kind of where his like attachment to the blues came from.
Oh, sure.
Not
sure.
too long after this, dude, you know, he comes into contact with blues legends, you know, Willie Brown, Son House, Charlie Patton.
Right.
They were all like huge influences on his like later music.
Sure.
Yeah,
Willie
his
Brown,
blues
Blind Dog Fulton.
Blind dog, Will Brown.
But unfortunately for Johnson,
Smokehouse
they were
Brown.
less than They were less than impressed with his ability to play the blues.
Dude, come on.
Less than
Dude,
impressed.
imagine meeting your heroes and they're just like, "You are fucking terrible. Like, get out of my sight."
That's just the old getting kicked while you're down, brother. Like,
Yeah, for sure, dude. Because
Yeah,
I have
In his
heard.
early,
Well, I mean, I have heard like when he would hang out with them juke joints with him, and while they were on break, I mean, he'd sit there and play with their guitar, and people would literally yell to him, "Get that kid out of here!"
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
that's how bad
his
he was,
early
bro.
career
Like,
in blues
make him
did
put
not
that
go
down.
well.
Yeah. They're like, make him put that down.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
yeah,
That's the equivalent of getting a giant cane and they pull you off stage.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because originally
guitar.
Johnson,
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
getting like gonged on the Gong Show.
Yeah. I think meant like getting hit with a gong.
that's way better actually. Wish people did. Just somebody from the crowd throws a fucking gong
Like
at
a
you.
gong. Fuck did that come from?
Bong.
See?
Time's
Real,
up.
real life sucks. If we
Dude, that's
take
so
anything
much
away
better.
from this episode, it's that real life sucks balls, man.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
If you're
will
never
get
gonna be
any
able
better.
to summon a guitar,
Not
then-
like mirror or whatever. Meow
Meow,
meow. Yeah.
Meow, meow.
meow meow. But originally he was a harmonica player,
Yeah.
and he
Well, see,
played
like
with
I didn't know that. See, I only know him from the other thing.
his
Yeah,
amazing
like, yeah, he-
saxophone abilities.
Yeah, he
He was a fantastic wide receiver for the
Yeah, he
Minnesota
was.
Vikings.
But yeah, he would play the harmonica with
Oh, that was
Charlie
Calvin
Parker.
Johnson. Never mind. Yeah, that was Calvin Johnson. Sorry. We need to do some corrections.
But he'd play the harmonica with Charlie Parker and Willie Brown.
Okay.
In the beginning. But John, yeah, he longed to be like a guitar player.
Right.
Like he really wanted to be one. Like his hero, Son House.
Right.
But essentially he was terrible at it, man.
Yeah, because I do remember
like-
reading like that he would like Son House would like make fun of like how bad he was at like picking and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know guitar lingo very much, but that
Yeah.
basically like he couldn't fucking play. Like it was just like
Like
one
he's
of those
almost like
instruments.
he's all thumb.
Yeah, he had like no
It's
talent.
not the
for it.
instrument for him. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't the
Yeah.
instrument
Yeah.
that he was gonna get good at. He should try
Kind
something
of like
else.
stick to the harmonica, kid.
Right, like play what
pretty
you know.
much.
And I guess he wasn't very good at
But
that.
I mean,
At the
well,
harmonica.
I mean, plus,
because if he was, he'd have stuck with it.
yeah.
Well,
true.
see, that was the problem. Like he was playing the harmonica, but he really wanted to be a guitar player.
Oh, okay.
The
that
harmonica
makes more
was probably
sense.
a lot cheaper than a guitar back then. So
Well, I'm sure, like nowadays, back then,
just kill a hobo and
Guitars-
take their harmonica.
guitars got all the ass. You know what I mean? Just like nowadays, the harmonica player ain't leaving the club with no chick. It's
I don't
like
know,
the bass.
man.
They're
It's
not
like the
getting
bass
in.
player.
Even when
Yeah,
you
it's
tell
like-
them
it's
you're
like-
with the band, you're not getting in.
Yeah, it's like being the bass player, bro.
But it's like, dude, I'm the harmonica
you
player.
play bass,
I don't
dude.
believe you.
The only way you're getting into any concert as a harmonica player is if you're also the lead singer for Blues Traveler. That's the only fucking way you're getting in. Don't even tell them you play the harmonica. Just that
Yeah.
you're the lead singer and they'll let you in.
Yeah. And then you break it out. Ha
Who are
Fooled
you?
You got that ridiculous like half
Yeah, that-
necklace thing to hold your harmonica up for you.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's like leg braces for your harmonica. But I mean, you just walk in there like you're Bruce Willis. You're not going to get in. You know what I mean? Bruce Willis plays harmonica in the band, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's in the blues band.
He is.
Of course he is.
It's called Bruce and the Willises.
Dude, I hope it is. It'll be so fun. I would listen to it just because of that. But
Bruce
after
and the
being
Moonlighters.
Yeah.
after being ridiculed by House, for his lack of ability,
Right.
Johnson would disappear from the blues circuit for like up for a year or so.
Yeah, it was.
Think
I
about
think
that.
it was a couple months to a year. I think a year would be the maximum.
Yeah.
The stories-
Yeah.
I kept,
I
I
most
kept
I read
seeing
was
like
a few
about a
months.
year.
Most I read was a
Yeah.
few months.
Yeah.
He just like took off for a few months.
And then he came
And-
back with like miraculous talent.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he came back out of nowhere with this.
Maybe he went and practiced for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, because he came back. He was an incredible guitar player,
Right.
like in a short amount of time, where it takes people years to learn. Like this dude's shit at it. He goes away for a little bit. He comes back, and he's one of the best guitar players ever.
Something's going on.
Yeah. So that was kind of what started this whole thing, mythos around him, that he actually made a deal with the devil to obtain that skill.
Well, that's my point. It's like it couldn't have been that he went and learned how to actually play the fucking thing and
Yeah.
practiced 8 hours a day for 6 months. You know what I mean? Which you will, I'm sure, improve drastically.
Well, I mean, it's been known, dude.
He
It's
sold his
known
soul to the devil.
that
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
why
mean-
he can
Well, see, because
shred your face
what I
off.
want to know is like what he actually used to summon it. Because everything I've ever seen, it was like copper coins and stuff like that. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I doubt very highly in 19, what was it, probably 30, 31, the copper
Right.
coins just floating around.
I think all pennies were made of copper.
Yeah, but I got the feeling that they'd be like heavier than a penny. You know
I
what I'm
feel like
saying?
it's more like almost like pirate doubloon size.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
weight,
I was thinking the same thing. More, yeah,
but
kind of
made out
like,
of copper and not
Yeah.
something valuable.
but actually, I think I found out what Robert Johnson did use in his Crossroads deal.
I feel like there's a
I
goat.
never did find it,
Was
actually.
there a goat involved?
Like you would think there'd be some kind of animal
With
ritual,
black candles
sacrifice. Yeah, like you know what I
ritual
mean?
sacrifice. is
Drawing a
definitely
giant,
involved.
drawing a giant pentagram, that type of shit.
He loves that kind of stuff.
But actually, bro, this is what I found: a jar of molasses.
Which is easy to get
Yeah,
south.
bluestone water, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, I
But,
don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't
What's
know.
that?
I don't understand what the bluestone water is.
Dude, that's just moonshine they dye with a little bit of blue dye in it.
Oh no, don't worry, we'll get to that. And then there was a handful of cornmeal, dust from a red clay brick, a cap full of cayenne pepper, and a bottle of gin.
Is it like that?
That is the
that-
most, dude. That's like somebody went into their kitchen,
They just looked
grabbed some
around.
shit, and then they went into the shack outside and just grabbed up some dust. And they're like, "Here we go."
That's because they snorted all of it and it made him see the devil.
He mixed it all into a big ass glass.
Yeah,
Holy
they
fuck!
topped it off with the gin.
That's just an odd, like. He's
It's
like, I
not
wonder what the
concoction.
devil would like. You know what? I bet he'd like the dust off a red brick.
Yeah,
But that's what I
yeah.
got in the house. I got some
But
cornmeal.
it's got to be a red clay brick. So it's like, why so specific?
It's like can the devil not get his hands on these things?
I know.
You know
Like,
what I mean? Like
he can travel in
That's why
between
he
the
makes-
ethereal plane,
dude,
but he can't
That's
get
why
his
the
hands
devil
on a jar
makes
of
the
molasses.
deals, because he can't get molasses in hell.
Yeah,
He's like, I need some cornmeal. Hold
yeah,
on.
I
I bet
need
there's
some
a
cornmeal
human
and
up there.
molasses.
He doesn't even want their soul. He just wants the cornmeal.
Yeah,
For what?
And the cayenne pepper and the bottle of booze.
it's called devil's biscuits. That's what he's making.
But it's like,
He just wants to get lit while he's.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what's he a drunk? Like, so every Crossroads deal's got to end with a bottle of liquor.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it,
that's
man.
why he does it, dude. Has
I
nothing to
feel
do with
like
the soul.
Satan's more of a whiskey man because it
Yeah.
burns.
Yeah. He seems more like a bourbon or
Mhm.
whiskey type. you know.
Whatever's the harshest drink.
Yeah, the darkest, harshest,
So Jägermeister.
like wild turkey. I guess is pretty rough.
I don't know, man. I went to some old dude's house one time, like with his daughter, and he gave me a shot at like this room temperature. I think it was like some shit like you get like at the checkout counter. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a rot gut,
dude,
essentially.
it was brutal, man. He's like, you can't take it straight, huh? I'm like, dude, I can't take this anyway. Like, no matter how you give this to me.
Dude, no
Like,
matter
some-
how much you
like,
put into this,
Holy fuck, man.
this is terrible.
This
How the
is
hell do you drink it?
made by and made for alcoholics, dude. Because
Yeah.
holy shit. Like,
It's like, son, I paid a good $6 for
terrible.
that gallon.
I'd
Oh,
rather
that's
have
the worst
Keystone
possible
Light than
stuff.
this. Like, this is fucking awful.
Yeah, you know it's bad.
It's so bad.
But dude, like Johnson, he only ended up actually recording 29 songs in his life.
It's not very much for selling
No.
your soul.
No.
But here's another reason why a lot of like he sold his soul, kind of going
Mhm.
around with him. It's some
Right.
of the names of his songs.
Sure.
Like there's one that's called "Me and the Devil Blues," which that's pretty right on there.
Explanatory, yeah.
Yeah.
And then another one too is "Hellhound on My Trail."
That's kind of a cool name.
They're supposed to be the
Yeah.
ones collecting,
Yeah,
right?
Aren't they
I
invisible?
think so.
Yeah, according to
I don't know if they
Supernatural.
are or not. Yeah,
How the hell does he know they're behind him?
I guess you can hear them.
Why don't you
I don't know.
perform a seance and ask him for me? I know you ain't got nothing going on
These
tonight.
fucking recording artists, man. Nothing's real anymore.
You know?
But since since he kind of became known like as the king of the Delta Blues
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
since that time, and not
Imagine
only-
doing
yeah,
that,
he-
only writing like 3 albums worth of songs.
Yeah.
yeah, and
I
just
mean, but what's that tell you how good he is?
Yeah, some of
I've
his
listened-
songs
oh,
are
yeah,
pretty
no.
I've
good.
listened to some of his
They're
stuff.
pretty good considering.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
I'm not a big blues guy,
Well,
but
no.
I am a big metal guy, and I know it all traces. You know, it
yes,
all
everybody knows
traces
that
it
metal
to
is
back
all
to
down to
then.
the blues.
So he's a
That's what I'm
robot.
saying.
He's a
Like-
big metal guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess,
Dude, he's
Good to
a
know.
huge fan of the movie Iron Giant.
Iron Giant.
Actually,
Well, he's a
I've
big
actually
metal
never
guy.
yeah, I've actually never
So,
seen it. So
That's his favorite movie of all time. Like he watches it every night before he goes to bed.
yeah.
but I know
yeah.
it all goes back to there, though.
Everything I
Iron
watch and
Giant?
listen to has the word metal in it. 'Cause I'm a metal guy.
But he not only did he gain like the moniker of the king of Delta Blues,
hmm
but his records have gone on to sell like millions of copies.
I mean, it only took
since his death.
80 years, but yeah, he got there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always after, like, dude, that's the sad part about a lot of these guys, these famous blues players,
Mm.
is that during the time that he really didn't make shit, really.
No,
it was
no,
always-
man.
After the fact,
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road,
Yeah.
all of a sudden now, they get discovered, rediscovered,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now all of a sudden, because a lot of the older true pioneers of like the modern rock, like the
Well, dude, I mean,
Zeppelins,
think about like
Sabbath, you know what I mean, the Stones, the Beatles, they all have said, Eric Clapton was another one, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, that he was a huge influence on how they played their music.
Jimmy Page, famous magician.
Yeah.
well, dude, like
Yeah,
look at
well,
like
yeah.
David
Van Gogh.
Bowie was terrified of him.
Was he an alchemist or was he a magician?
I think he was a chaos magician.
Chaos magician?
Dude,
something
like, but like look at Van Gogh. He sold like one painting in his life. And then after he was dead is when
All of a
Oh, yeah.
sudden he's-
his
all of a sudden
art was
he's
actually
great.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
but
he,
so-
didn't he like not start painting until he was in like his 40s?
I don't
that I
actually
don't
know.
Oh, no,
when
that was
he-
Picasso, I think. Like he didn't, or one of those guys didn't start painting until like they were in their 40s, man. And then like
Damn,
yeah,
the
like
midlife
100 years
crisis.
after they died,
Yeah.
all of a
Yeah, because
sudden
like, dude,
they
those
would've been
stories of
rich,
like
you know what I
Van
mean?
Gogh
Little-
trying
too
to
little too late, I
like
guess.
sell his pictures at bars for a drink.
yeah.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like super poor.
Who?
Van Gogh.
Who?
Anyways,
I
but
only, I only
the
got the
fact
one
that-
ear.
Did you not get it?
Who?
I'm just moving on. Yeah. But the fact that he became like so well known, like after his death, kind of confirms
Yeah.
that he
Well, to
did
the
like,
believers, it confirms
yeah, to a
it.
believer, it confirms that he sold his soul for fame and talent, but he never really got real famous. It's not like he became the equivalent of a millionaire back then.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, he I know I've seen things, I've read things where they said like, yeah, he was touring and stuff like that, but touring back then, bro, was like showing up at a juke joint or showing up at a bar
Yeah.
or showing up, you know what I mean? Like,
Can I
they're
go
not
on
getting-
next kind of thing?
Yeah, they're not getting paid big dollars.
It's like an
You know
open
what I
mic
mean? Like-
night situation. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly, man. Like they probably made just enough,
To get to the next
to go
town.
from town to town. You know what I mean? Maybe last them a little while.
Solving
you know,
mysteries
Yeah.
Yeah.
along the way.
But
The big ass dog he had with him.
dude, a lot of that, like they say when he disappeared, that he did hook up with a dude. I wanted to talk about this earlier. but like it was another blues player named Ike Zimmerman.
Mm.
And
I've never heard that name before.
and that's where he learned a lot. That's how he got so good, supposedly.
Is that he
Yeah,
He
learned
went
from
and
him?
trained with like a master.
Yeah, that he
essentially.
kind of bounced for like 7, 8, 9 months, trained like like a madman day in, day out with this dude, because he was another pretty well-known blues player. And that's another, I guess, theory, which I would tend to believe more,
But see, that's not
of
a
how he got so
sexy
good.
kind of conspiracy.
But it doesn't sell.
Unlike selling your soul to the devil,
Exactly.
it's not as fun.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh my god. A sexy conspiracy. Oh my god. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Not as attractive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not as fun to think about.
Like a bald Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Well, that's a sexy conspiracy.
That's a fucking
That's a scary.
that's a horrifying sight. Like Bigfoot with
Yeah.
mange.
What
Dude, that'd be awful.
are we talking about?
Like, you ever see like
Anyway.
an orangutan or a chimpanzee with no hair? That's
No, I don't
terrifying.
know. I have not.
Yeah, they're
Look it up.
terrifying.
But
Jesus.
Robert Johnson, dude, yeah. He unfortunately he died on August 16th, 1938.
Right.
After drinking, poisoned whiskey. So he was only 27.
Yeah, 27, man.
I think he was the OG of the 27 Club.
Yeah.
That was a
That's kind of what I was about
right.
to say,
Bunch
actually.
of those folks, huh?
Yeah. Well, them like Jim
Was it
Morrison,
Hendrix died at 27?
Did
yeah,
Joaquin
Janis
Phoenix,
Joplin.
not Joaquin Phoenix, but River Phoenix, wasn't he
River Phoenix.
27?
I'm not sure if he was or not.
I think he was pretty
I want
close.
to say, yeah, he might have been close.
Right.
But like, yeah, like Joplin, Hendrix, Morrison,
Right.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
So I guess Robert Johnson was the OG.
Yeah.
But I do know, like, look, when we were looking into this, that they say, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that he was like, he got fed the poison like for 3 straight days. Because like he was messing with some other dude's wife.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the dude knew. Like he knew, but he didn't know the dude knew. And he offered him the alcohol that was poison, and then he didn't feel good, so he lay down, but he kept feeding him drinks over like 3 days.
Yeah, I don't feel good, dude.
Why
Here's
not?
some more whiskey.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, dude, back then, man, you
Burn the
pour whiskey and throw some snuff on it. That was how they healed shit. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, man. Well, maybe if we all just spit on it.
Yeah.
That'll help. Is that Crossroads?
Yes, it is.
Hey, man. All right. We made it. We
Yeah,
made
we
it,
did.
man. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I am sluggish as fuck after this Christmas, man.
Yeah,
It kicked my ass, man.
it did.
Yeah, this
It
was
kicked my ass bad.
busy year for sure.
I'm still recovering. All right, everybody. Well, as always, thanks for joining us. We love you very much. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook at Gamer Ray Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Gamer Ray Podcast. And as always, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you
See y'all later.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.